Hello and welcome, parents. We wanted to give you a special peek inside our responsible behavior curriculum this week, and more importantly, show you how you can support all this great learning at home. So let's jump right in. We truly believe that the most powerful learning happens when we're all on the same team, school and home, working together. So this quick guide is all about building that partnership and giving you some tools to continue the really important conversations we're starting here in the classroom. Okay, let's get to it. So this week, the big idea for everyone, from our youngest learners to our oldest students, is this really powerful concept we're calling managing me. This is actually a slide your child saw in class, putting managing me right at the heart of everything. It's the foundation for all the other topics we're exploring. But what does that phrase actually mean for your child? Well, here's how we break it down. Managing me is about two simple, practical things. First, knowing how to behave well, and second, actually acting in the right way. It's all about building that crucial link between knowing what's right and then doing what's right. So, what does this actually look like in the classroom? Let's start with our younger children in early years and Key Stage 1. For them, it's all about learning about their place in the world around them. For our littlest learners, we're exploring managing me through their relationship with their surroundings. The main focus is on learning to respect nature and our environment, which is just a fantastic, tangible way for them to start understanding what personal responsibility feels like. And hey, just so you're in the loop, here are a couple of new words your child is learning this week. When you hear them talking about nature or recycling, this is the language we're using at school. And honestly, using these same words at home, it can be so powerful. And here's a little peek right into their lesson. As you can see, we're not just telling them what recycling is, we're really digging into why it's so important. This helps them connect a really small action, like putting a bottle in the right bin, to the big positive impact it has on our planet. And this brings everything right back to that core idea. Managing me means understanding you have a part to play. For a young child, that moment of realizing, hey, I can help take care of the environment, well, that's a huge first step in personal responsibility. All right, now let's shift gears to our older children in Key Stage 2 and see how this idea grows with them. For our older students, the lens of managing me turns inward. It becomes about learning about themselves. As our kids get older, this whole idea of managing yourself gets a little more complex, doesn't it? It becomes more internal. So for them, the conversation shifts to what it actually means to build self-respect and how to value and look after themselves. Now, this is the really crucial connection we want them to make. Self-respect isn't just about feeling good. We're framing it as a practical tool. It's that inner strength that helps students know they are important, which in turn empowers them to be proud of doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. In class, we're sparking these big conversations with questions just like these. They're designed to get students thinking a little more deeply about their own well-being. And you know what? These are also fantastic conversation starters you can try out around the dinner table this week. So, we've seen what's happening at school for both age groups. Now, for what I think is the best part, how you can easily connect with all this fantastic learning right at home. And don't worry, we've given you the perfect opening. Every single student, no matter their age, has been given a challenge this week. And that challenge is super simple: to start a conversation with you about what they've been learning. Now, the topic they'll bring up will naturally depend on their age. For the younger kids, they've been asked to find out what your family recycles at home. For the older children, their challenge is to have a chat with you about self-care. So, what's the simplest and most effective way to kick this off? Honestly, you don't need to prepare a thing. Just find a quiet moment and ask them. So, I heard you had a challenge at school this week. Can you tell me about it? And then just let them take the lead. And we'll leave you with this final thought, which I think really ties both of this week's themes together beautifully. We've explored respecting our world and respecting ourselves as two sides of the same coin. So the deeper question is, how does learning to truly value ourselves give us the strength and the desire to better value the world around us? It's something to think about. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy chatting.